Today for math, we are beginning on Worktext page 129, 130. We're going to be doing reviews, page 127, 128, and I'm actually going to do the front of it with you. The back of it you will be doing on your own, but you better not be doing it while I'm teaching the other people. So everybody look on Worktext page 129 right now. Yesterday when we were doing the clock, every single clock we looked at, the minute hand was on a number, not in between any numbers. So today we're going to learn what to do if it's not round the number, because is it always right on a number? No. Now, I did tell you yesterday that we do shorthand first, longhand by fives.
This time
But I did not remind you what the shorthand is. What is the shorthand?
hours.
Yeah. So, some people, you need to pay attention. Yes, ma'am? Some people get confused because an hour is long, so they get confused and think this one's the hour hand. No, this long hand is your minute hand. I need to tighten that up because it's not staying put. And some clocks even have this hand that sweeps around and you can actually watch it move. Who knows what that one is?
Second.
That is your second hand, so it's counting off the seconds. I believe my other clock, the one that's not up on the wall right now, has a second hand. Let me check. Yes, it does. Let me grab that. All right, so on this clock, this shorthand that's pointing at the 11 or a little bit past the 11, that is your hour hand. So that means the hour is 11. This minute hand
15.
is at 15 because it's at the 3, and you the shorthand is minutes, and you count them by
Second.
no. Adam, does that make sense that you count your minutes by seconds? What did we learn yesterday? The long hand we count by fives. So you're not really listening to what I'm asking, are you? You've already got in your mind what you're going to say. Listen to what I'm asking. So, by the way, what would this be? What would you say? How would you say this time? If it is 11:15, it's getting past 11:15 now, but it was 11:15. So what's the other way to say it? What did we learn yesterday?
It's
Abby?
11:15 a.m.
Okay, I don't want to know whether it's AM or PM. You are right, it is AM. What did we learn yesterday about 15? 11:15.
Quarter past 11.
Okay, we didn't say quarter past. It is a
Quarter
quarter
after.
past. That is another way to say it, but it's a quarter. We said a quarter
After.
after. We called it a quarter after. So it was a quarter after 11. Is it a quarter after 11 now? No, it is already past the 15, and it is almost 2 marks past the 15. So you would count by ones after that. So you would say 15, 16, 17. So now it is 11:17.
a.m.
And yes, it is AM, but we'll talk about AM in a minute. If you would just give me a moment. Let's start at the clock that's on your blue box, all right? So, to figure out where the long hand or the minute hand is, you would count by fives until you got to the number that it just passed. So everybody start at the top of that clock. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And then you see that it's not all the way to the 9, so you're not going to say 45. It's only past the 8. So once you get to 40, then you have to switch to counting by ones. And you would say 41, 42. So since the shorthand is just past the 4, almost to the 5, but it is past 4, you're going to say that it is 4:42. All right? The next clock you have. I'm going to hold this hand because it seems to want to droop. Nope, it didn't droop this time. All right, this is the first clock we're going to do together. So what are we going to do first?
Look at the
Shorthand. So we look at the shorthand. Please look up here.
It's past 9.
Yes, it's past the 9 on your paper too. It is past the 9. Now look at the long hand.
It's past the 15.
It's past the 3, which is 15. But then we need to count by 1, so we're going to say 16, 17. So what is the time?
9:17 a.m. or p.m.
Please stop saying AM or PM. Yes, ma'am? I do not want to have to tell you that again. Okay. continue on now. Okay, do not say that again. I don't have to tell you again. All right, so did everybody write 9:17? Now let's look at clock number 2. On clock number 2, it is like this. So what we're gonna do first?
Look at the
Shorthand.
All right, now I'm gonna do it. I want you to write it. So shorthand is just past the
2.
It's in between the 2 and the 3. It is not 2 the 3 yet. It is 2. So everybody put 2 in the hour slot. Now for the longhand, it is past the
7.
Is it to the 8 yet?
No.
So what would 7 be?
35.
35. So then we're gonna count by ones. 36, 37, 38, 39. So what time is it? 2:39. When I say what time is it, I want you to say the whole thing together. All right, let's go on to the next one. All right, this is what the next one looks like. So shorthand first.
Past the
3.
3.
It just past the 3. So
Wow.
put a 3. Longhand is past the
2.
but not to the 3. So at 2, 5 times 2 is 10. So then count by ones. 11, 12, 13. Is there anybody that does not understand what I'm doing? You don't understand how I'm saying it just past the 2? So 2 5s is 10. And then I count the little lines, 1, 11, this is 10, so that would be 11, 12, 13. Okay, I'll show you in a minute.
I don't understand.
You sure you can't understand that? Alright, let's do the next one. Okay, the next one, it looks like this. Alright, so Maya, can you please tell me where is the shorthand?
The shorthand just past the 8.
That's right, the shorthand's just past the 8, so go ahead and put 8 for your hour. Alright, now tell me where is the longhand?
It's past the 7.
Past the 7, so if it was on the 7, what would we say? 5 times 7.
35.
35, but it's not. We have to count these little marks that are past it. So 1 mark past it is going to be, just count by 1, 36, and 2 marks past it is going to be,
37.
all right? Do you see that now?
Mhm.
Okay, good. Is there anybody else? So what time was that, class?
8:37.
All right, let's go on to the next one. The next one looks like this. All right, so who else thinks they're not sure what to do and you want to do this one? There we go. Grace, what's the shorthand? Shorthand.
It's just past the 11.
Very good. So everybody put 11. Everybody put 11. All right, and where is the longhand?
Just past the 1.
And okay, for the 1, what would you say?
11:05.
Okay, but it's not there, so we're going to have to count these by ones now. So this is 5, so this would be
6.
6.
7.
Oh, 6, 7,
8.
8. So it is,
11:08.
you say 11:08, and this is how you would write it. I want everybody to look. Just in case you don't know, if it is 11:08, you still have to have 2 numbers back here. So you're going to put a 0, and then you're going to put an 8. All right? 11:08. And I didn't have all of it in the camera frame. Let's move it over a little bit so she can see. 11:08. All right. All right, so everybody do it that way? So it's a 0 and an 8. You don't have to underline them. I was just pointing out that there has to be 2 numbers in the minutes section. All right, the next one looks like this. Let's see. Who thinks they would like to do this one? Zeke? All right, Zeke, this is one that's a little bit tricky, so pay attention. We learned this yesterday. where is your shorthand?
Did it just pass the 6?
Yes, very good. It is not really to the 7 yet, is it? Because it's not up to o'clock yet. So everybody go and put 6. All right, now Zeke, where's your long hand? Just past the what?
11?
Is it? Look at it again. Look at it carefully.
Just past the 10?
Yeah, it's past the 10. So what would 10 times 5 be?
50?
50. So that means we need to count by ones now. So Zeke, this would be,
11?
no, you got to start at 50.
Oh,
50,
1,
50.
2,
No, don't say 1, 2. You're going to write 1, 2 if you do that. You need to say 50.
5,
This is 50. So now count after 50. What comes after 50?
60.
No, by ones.
Oh,
We're counting off 1 minute.
51,
Say it again.
51,
There you go.
52, 53, 54.
Yes, and that is where it is. It is at 54, and it has slid down on me because it needs to tighten it up just a tiny bit. So everybody should have put 6:54. All right, now we're going to learn another way to tell time. And this is only going to be times that are after the 30. Okay? If the minute hand is past 30, because you already know that if it's at 30, that's half past something, right?
Yep.
But anytime the minute hand is past 30, we're going to do what we did yesterday with the 1/4 where we went to the next hour. 1/4 the next hour. So we're going to say that it's so many minutes before the next hour. Instead of saying, like right now, this says 6:54. So instead of saying 6:54, please put your hand down and just listen. Okay? Instead of saying 6:54, we would count backwards, starting at o'clock, and we would say, okay, this is 5, and then one more would be 6 minutes before 7, because it is 6 more minutes until 7 o'clock. But the way to count it off is, okay, o'clock is here, so that's 5 minutes, and then it's right here, so that's 1 more minute. So that's 6 minutes. 6:54 is the same thing as 6 minutes before 7 o'clock. Okay? So we're going to do these together. The first one, we're going to come up with a normal time. So the first one we're going to do looks like this. Paige, shorthand first.
Just past the 5.
Okay, so 5. Everybody put 5 underneath number 7. All right? And for the minute hand,
On the 8.
okay, so 8 is what minute? How many minutes? 8 times 5.
40.
40. So everybody put 40. All right, now everybody see below there it says blank minutes before blank. All right, so everybody, we're going to go up to the top at o'clock and we're going to count backwards till we get back to this. So if we're here, are we going to say 5 while we're at the...
60.
Please stop talking. No, we're not going to say 60. You're not listening. I said you guys have to listen. Jonathan, sit up and listen. Are we going to say 5 when we're right here? No, because we're not going to sit on o'clock for 5 minutes. So we have to go backwards. We're counting backwards. Everybody understand? So we are here and we say 5, 10, 15, 20. So how many minutes is it till o'clock? 20. So put 20 where it says blank minutes. You're going to put a 20. And it's 20 minutes before the next hour. We were at 5:40, so what's the next hour?
6.
6. So it's 20 minutes before 6. That means it is 5:40, but in 20 minutes, it's going to be 6 o'clock. So that's what it means. Now, do you write 6 o'clock? No, you're just going to put a 6. Okay? Next one looks like this. Nope, not that. Sorry, I looked at it wrong. All right, it looks like this. Jonathan, sit up. Get your chair up under you. Can you tell me what the hour hand is?
The hour hand
Eyes on my clock, please.
at 7?
Yes, it is at the 7. Does it look like it's at the 8, everybody?
No.
Yes, it does. But it's not really, because we know it's not, because it's not up to o'clock yet. So we know this is 7, so everybody put 7. Alright, now, Jonathan, where's the minute hand?
The minute hand is at 51.
Very good, because 10 would be 50, but it's not right on the 10. It's one little dot past that, so that would be 51. So everybody put 7:51. All right, now I want to see if you can do it on your own paper. So everybody, on your own paper, on that clock, we're going to put our fingers, or put your pencil tips, because your fingers are too fat. My clock's really big, but your clocks are really tiny. So take your pencil tip and put it at the 12. And go backwards to the 11, and we're going to say 5. Can we go back to the 10?
No.
No, because it's not on the 10, so we need to count by ones after that. So when we get to 11, we're going to say 5, and then let's start counting by ones. 6, 7, 8, 9. So how many minutes?
9.
So put 9 minutes. 9 minutes before what? 8. Because it is 7:51, and in 9 minutes it's going to be 8 o'clock. So 9 minutes before 8. All right, let's look at the next thing. The next thing we're going to talk about AM and PM and midnight and noon. All right, so everybody knows that the clock has 12 hours on it, right? But do you know that there are actually 24 hours in a day?
Yes.
That is on our chart. On our chart, it says one day equals 24 hours. That means this clock goes around twice in a day. There's a 1 o'clock a.m. and a 1 o'clock p.m. and a 2 o'clock a.m. and a 2 o'clock p.m., etc. Jonathan, you're not paying attention. I need you to pay attention. Who knows when the new day starts? Grace?
At midnight.
Very good. At midnight. At midnight. So midnight is when AM starts, because it is the morning of the new day. Now you don't think of it really, it's called midnight because it's in the middle of the night, but it actually is the beginning of the new day. That's when the date changes. So that's when AM starts, at midnight. And it runs all the way till the next time it's 12 o'clock, because 12 o'clock is midnight, right? And then the second 12 o'clock is called what?
12 p.m.
No, it is 12 p.m., that's true, but I want to know what you call it. If you call the one in the middle of the night midnight, what do you call the one that's in the middle of the day? Noon. It is called noon. And that's when it becomes p.m. So midnight is the beginning of a.m. and noon is the beginning of p.m. All right? I told my class to think of it this way. Some of you are not looking at me. I don't know what you're looking at, but look up here. A.m. It doesn't mean at morning, but think of it at morning. Midnight is the beginning of the morning, right? So that's at morning. And p.m. is past morning. Because isn't noon past the morning?
Yeah.
Yes. So a.m., think of it as at morning. They really mean antemeridian and post-meridian.
What?
But if you can remember at morning for a.m. and past morning for p.m., okay? Because noon would be when it's past morning. So when does a.m. start?
12 midnight.
12 midnight. Whoever said noon was not listening. When does a.m. start?
12 noon.
Midnight.
Well, you said the same question twice again.
Yes, I did. So that's why you're supposed to be listening to my question. When somebody says the wrong answer, then I do repeat my question. I'm going to repeat it again because you're still saying the wrong thing because you're not listening to my question. When does a.m. start?
12
midnight.
12 midnight. When does p.m. start?
12
noon. All right, so everybody, it says 12 midnight. What are you doing at 12 midnight?
You're
sleeping.
So draw a line from 12 midnight to the sleeping. And then 12 noon,
Eating lunch.
eating lunch. So read what it says in the blue box. A.m. from 12 midnight to 12 noon. P.m. from 12 noon to 12 midnight. All right, turn your paper over. Who hasn't done one of these? Olivia? Olivia Yinger. Show your hand first. Sit up. Sit up. Don't stay down.
9 o'clock.
All right, don't say 9 o'clock, because it's not 9 o'clock. If it was 9 o'clock, then this hand right here would be on this. Just say 9. 9. So the hour is 9. So we put 9. And longhand, which is your minutes, is past the what? It's past the 8. So the 8 would be.
40.
I'm asking Olivia Yinger. Her name is Olivia Yinger. Your name is not.
40.
And then you would say.
41, 42, 43.
Very good. So that is 9:43. Everybody should have put that. All right. So can you do one already? No, I need for somebody else. Pardon me?
I have to go to the bathroom.
All right, we will after math if you really must. We've already been right before PE. Adam,
Just past 2.
just past the 2. So everybody put 2 for your hour. Shorthand, just past the 2. And for the minutes, it's just past the.
15.
Okay, the 3 is 15, and then you would count by 1, so it is.
16, 17.
Very good. So it is 2:17. All right, Owen. Shorthand first.
After 6.
6. Very good. It is just past the 6. And the longhand, which is your minute hand.
6:33.
Very good. It's just past the 6, so 6 would be 30, 31, 32, 33. 6:33. All right. Micah, you want to do the next one?
Yes.
All right. So Micah, shorthand first.
It just passed the 4.
Very good. Just past the 4. And your minute hand is past the
1.
1, which is how many minutes?
5.
5. And if you count by 1s after that?
6, 7.
So it is
407.
very good. 4:07. Don't forget, you're going to write it this way with a 0 and a 7. So it'd be 4 for the hours and then 07 this time. Okay? All right, now we're going to do it where we say the regular time, and then we're going to say how many minutes before the next hour, like counting backwards. All right, who wants to do it? Alex, you want to do this one? All right, Alex, it's like this. So what's your first number?
It passed 3.
Very good. So we put 3 for your hours. All right, what about the minute hand?
It passed 7.
All right, so what would 7 be?
35.
35, and then count by 1s.
36, 47, 48.
Very good. 38. 3:38. Now we're going to go to the top, and we're going to count backwards. So everybody do it. 5, 10, 15, 20, 21, 22. So how many minutes? 22 minutes before the next hour?
4.
4. Who said something other than 4? The hour was 3:38, so the next hour would be 4. Okay? All right, the next one. All right, Abby.
Past 7.
Very good. So our hour is 7. And your minutes? 50. Very good. 50. And it is right on the 10. So now let's go backwards. So go up to the 12. Count backwards. 5, 10. How many minutes, guys? 10. 10 minutes before what? 8. The next hour is 8. If it's at 7:51, 7 is the hour. The next hour is 8. So 9 minutes before 8. 10 minutes, I'm sorry, 10 minutes before 8. I said the wrong thing, 10 minutes before 8. All right, the next one looks like this. Who wants to do this one? All right, if you've already done one, don't raise your hand.
This is confusing.
Lily,
Just after
very good. The shorthand, which is your hour hand, is past the 8. All right, what about the minute hand? Very good. The 8 is just past the 8 again, so 8 would be 40, and then you have to count by 1, so 41. So everybody should have put 841. All right, now let's count backwards. So everybody go up to, you can use your own clock with your pencil tip if you want, or you can look up here. So we're going to start at 12 and go backwards. So we're going to say 5, 10, 15. Can we say 20? No, because it's not right on the 8. So right here we need to say 16, 17, 18, 19. So what's our minutes? 19 minutes before what? 9. Because it was 8. Now it's going to be 9 in 19 minutes. All right, now one more of those. All right, who wants to do this one? Brennan.
just past 11.
Very good. It is not to the 12 yet because it's not at o'clock, so it is just past the 11. So we put 11 for your hour. And what about your minutes?
We're actually on 11.
So that would be 55, because 11 times 5 is 55. And then if we count backwards, we just have to go 5. So it is 5 minutes before the next hour, which would be 12. Very good. 5 minutes before 12, because it is just 5 minutes until 12. All right, let's review a little bit about midnight and AM and PM. So if you look at that first picture, would that be 12 noon or 12 midnight?
Midnight.
Definitely midnight. It's in the middle of the night. I can see the moon. And it's dark. All right? Then it shows a little boy eating, and it looks like he's eating a bowl of cereal. So they are trying to say that is AM.
It could be
Okay?
PM.
Don't even talk about it. That is true that people can eat cereal at 8 o'clock p.m. But they are trying to get you to think of breakfast, aren't they? So let's go with what they're trying to get you to think of. All right, and then you see a boy riding his bicycle.
3 p.m.
3 p.m. Okay? Because at 3 a.m., that's only 3 hours after midnight. I think you would still be in bed sleeping and it'd still be dark, right? Okay? All right, the bottom section, we're not going to take it and put in the stacks because remember we're going to start the first paper. So that bottom section's super easy. You're just filling in the missing signs. So remember, if the answer is getting smaller, you have to be dividing. If the answer is getting bigger, you have to be multiplying. And for that last section, you're going to fill in that missing number. What number should you multiply by? But if you're not finished, I want you just to set it aside for a second and let's go ahead and do second paper. All right, if you look at the one in the little box, the little gray box, the shorthand is just past the 11, thank you. And the long hand, 5, 10, 15, say it with me. 20, 25, 30, 35, then count by ones, 36, 37. So that's why they said that's 11:37. All right, let's do the first one together. I'm not going to show you my clock this time. Everybody look at that number 1 clock. Where is your hour hand?
It just passed the 5.
It is just past the 5.
Not really.
All right? And where is the minute hand?
Just past the 7.
Just past the 7.
7:35.
Just 5 more minutes? Can you?
Three more minutes.
All right, 5 and just past the 7, so 7 would be what?
35.
35, so count by ones. 36, 37, 38. Please write it now. Thank you. All right, the next one. The hour is past the 9, so put a 9.
Just past the 5.
The minute hand is just past the 3, which is 15, so count by ones.
9.
16, 17. So that would be 9:17. Go to number 3 now. Please go to number 3 now. Shorthand first. Just past the 2. So everybody put 2 for your hours. The longhand is just past the 4. So 4 would be 20. So count it off. 21, 22, 23, 24. So the time is 2:24. Go to the next clock. Shorthand, your hour hand is after the 7. It looks close to the 8, but it is not there yet. Are you with me? Okay, because you don't look like you're writing to me. And the long hand is just past the 10. 10 times 5 would be 50. So count by ones after that. 51, 52, 53. Very good. All right, go to number 5. Number 5 is past the shorthand is past the 8. It is not to the 9 yet. Your long hand is past the 9. What's 9 times 5?
45.
45. So starting at 45, count by ones. 46, 47, 48. Very good. So put 8:48. Number 6. Shorthand. Just keep going. Come on, you can do this.
Just past the 10.
Just past the 10. Barely past the 10. So put 10. And the long hand is past the 1. 1 is what? 5. 05. And one more would be 6. 06. So 10:06. All right, next one. Number 7. Shorthand is just past the 10. So everybody put 10 for the hour. And the long hand is past the
35.
no. Please tell me what number is past.
7.
7. 7 is what?
35.
And then count by ones for that another
36.
36. So everybody, it is 10:36. All right, go up to the 12 so we can count backwards with your pencil tip. 5, 10, 15, 20. Now count by ones. 21, 22, 23, 24. So how many minutes?
24 minutes.
So write 24 minutes before the next hour.
11.
11. Who said 8?
I was looking at the wrong one.
Well, stop looking at the wrong one. Look at where you wrote 10. Do you see where you wrote 10?
Yeah.
So you say, what comes after 10? 11. All right, next one. Shorthand first.
Before 5.
It is, no, it is not on the 5 because it's not at o'clock. It is on 4.
4.
It is at the 4. It looks like it's at the 5, but it's not up to o'clock yet, so it can't be up to 5 yet. So put 4. And then the long hand is after the 10. So 10 would be 50. So count by ones. 51, 52. So that time is 4:52. All right, now let's count it backwards. Go up to the 12. Back to the 11 would be 5. And go back to another one, so we have to count by ones now. 6, 7, 8. So how many minutes? 8 minutes before the next hour? 5. 8 minutes before 5. All right. Which one of those is midnight?
The one at the top.
The one that's dark, right. And which one of those is noon?
The one that has the moon.
Yeah, the one that is light, where it's sunny. And the back you will be doing on your own.